Well, hello everyone. Today we're going to go over 10 steps to preparing for a virtual matchmaking event. My name is Susanna Monroe, and I'm the Senior Business Development Specialist for the UTSA SBDC COVID Business Recovery Accelerator. The accelerator provides relief, recovery, rebooting, and resiliency for small businesses throughout South Texas. You can reach us via phone at 210-458-2272, or you can send us an email at businessrecovery@utsa.edu. Our office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. We do work via appointments, and we provide one-on-one counseling and technical assistance for small businesses. And we also offer specialized training, town halls, and events. And today we're going to review how to prepare for our matchmaking event that is coming up on August 10th. So it's a Tuesday, August 10th. It's from 9 to 5. We'll go over that in just a bit. So just to know that we are not CPAs or attorneys, so we do recommend that small businesses have a CPA and an attorney whenever you need. So here is the link for our trainings, txsbdc.org/business recovery/trainings. I am going to do another training on how to prepare for a virtual matchmaking event on Tuesday, July 20th. You can register it at the link above. And then, like I said earlier, August 10th from 9 to 5, we are teaming up with SABOC, who is the San Antonio Business Opportunity Council's Small Business is Big Business and Government Procurement virtual training workshop and matchmaking event. There are two different links to register. One is to register for the workshop itself, and one is to register for the matchmaking event. So if you go to our training website and click on the SABOC Small Business is Big Business link, it will take you to the matchmaking link. You can register for that, and then you will see the link for the SABOC conference. The SABOC conference is limited to 300 people, so be sure to register today. The event is virtual and it is free for everyone. So today we're going to review what a virtual matchmaking event is, how to prepare, and then I'm going to try to demo the site so you can see what it looks like. So what is a matchmaking event? So basically it's a conference or training. It matches buyers and suppliers together, and you can learn how to do business with those particular agencies or primes. It helps build relationships and generates leads. So it's not really somewhere where they're going to award you a contract on the spot, but it's going to help you start building those relationships, generating leads, and learning how to do business with those agencies and primes. You'll be able to introduce your company and the capabilities that your company can provide. It is one-on-one, so in this case, it is going to be virtual. You have 15 minutes, and then you have a 5-minute. And what you want to do is you want to demonstrate how your company can meet those agency or prime's needs. So you do have some homework to do in preparing for a matchmaking event. So what can you expect? Well, like I said a moment ago, it is 15 minutes. Again, it's virtual. You will be meeting with buyers and resource partners. You'll have a 5-minute break. And again, it's going to begin the opportunity of building those relationships. And relationships are key in government contracting. Government likes to do business with businesses that they know and trust. So building those relationships are key. It's also going to allow you to present the ask. You're going to introduce your company, present your capabilities, and ask them what you can do to resolve a problem. How can you work with this particular agency? You don't want to talk more than you listen. Sometimes when folks get nervous, it causes them to talk more, and I'm one of those. So be sure to listen more than you talk. You do not want to take longer than 15 minutes. So 15 minutes goes very fast. So you want to make sure you have your game plan outlined and you know what you want to accomplish and what you want to review. Do not assume a contract award. Like I said, it is very rare that you will get a contract on the spot. Now, is it possible? Of course, anything's possible, but don't assume a contract award. And expect the buyer to guide you through this process. The whole point of this training is so you can learn what you need to do in order to prepare for this event. Like I said, you will have some homework. You need to do some research on the agencies that you're meeting with. So when you register and send out requests to set up those meetings, you'll know which agency you're going to meet with. So do your homework before the event. So the list of steps in order for you to prepare for this matchmaking event is certification. So if you don't have your small business certifications yet, get them. Start the application process now. It takes time. It takes about 45 to 60 days, sometimes 90 days, depending on the backlog. So you want to start that process now. You want to establish your goals. What is it that you want these companies to know about your company? Use flashcards, make a bullet list, highlight what your company is an expert at, and focus on that. Because remember, government likes to do business with companies that are experts in their fields. Research, like I said, go and research the agency you're going to meet with. Go to their website. Do they have a vendor registration portal? A lot of primes and a lot of local agencies will have a vendor registration page. Even some of the federal agencies have a vendor registration page. So be sure that you sign up as a vendor with that particular agency or prime. Check your online presence. Does it match? Is it professional? Be sure when you register for the matchmaking event that you send out requests to set up these appointments. We have new buyers registering every day, so you want to check back to make sure you're able to meet with those particular agencies that you're interested in learning more about. You want a capability statement. If you don't know what that is, I do have an example of one later on in the presentation, but it's basically a one-page business resume highlighting what your business does. Like I said, register as a vendor. I can't stress that enough. 9 times out of 10, that's the only way you'll be able to start doing business with a particular agency or prime. You need to dedicate the time and create your pitch. What is it that you want to say? You want to be professional. So start thinking about that now, and you need to practice. Just like anything else, practice makes perfect. So when you're meeting with these different agencies and primes, you want to make sure that you put your best foot forward, that you are professional in looks and in appearance and in sound. So you want to make sure that you are a professional in all realms. And of course, following up. Following up is one of the most important steps. A no is not a no for now is not a no forever. So you want to be sure to follow up. So the small business certifications, there's 3 levels. You have local, state, and federal. They're all separate and they do not cross over. So federal agencies will not accept local or state certifications, and local and state agencies will not accept federal certifications. And no, there's not one small business certification that is for everything. So you do have to use the appropriate certification for the appropriate agency. So if you are in the San Antonio or surrounding areas, South Central Texas Regional Certification Agency is the entity that you want to apply with to get your local certifications. Their members are the City of San Antonio, SAWS, CPS Energy, Alamo Colleges, San Antonio ISD, etc. So pretty much all of the local agencies are part of South Central Texas Regional Certification Agency. And they all have small business goals that they try to meet. So they look for locally certified businesses. If you are out of the San Antonio area, there is a certification agency up in Dallas. The city of Austin has one. The city of Houston has one. So if you fall outside of those areas, then the state certifications would apply to you. The state has the Texas Hub certification, which is for women, minority, and veteran-owned businesses. And then you have your Texas DBE certification. The DBE is actually a federal certification handled at the state level. And the DBE is to do business with transportation agencies like VIA or the airport. So if you qualify for the state certifications, you want to be sure to apply for those. The good news is South Central Texas Regional Certification Agency can now do the Texas Hub certification. So if you're in the San Antonio area, you can go to sctrca.org and apply for the local and the Texas Hub. So federal certifications. There's 4 different federal certifications. You have woman-owned, 8A, Hub Zone, and SDVOSB or veteran-owned small business. Now, make a note here. The Hub Zone and Texas Hub certifications are completely separate and different. They are not the same. Hub Zone is based on the location of the business. Texas Hub is basically a small minority or one certification for the state of Texas. So you want to establish your goals. You want to be realistic. You only have 15 minutes, so you want to make sure that you put your best foot forward. You want to make sure that you make the right connections. So look at what the agency is looking for. Does it match your NAICS codes? If it does, then request an appointment with them. Remember, you're trying to build relationships because that's how government contracting starts. The government likes to know who they're doing business with. Of course, you want to make a great first impression. So you want to make sure that you are presentable. You want to make sure that you do at least put on a nice button-down shirt. Don't wear just a plain old t-shirt. You want to create a great first impression. And you also want to connect with them on a personal level. So go see if they have a LinkedIn page. Try to connect with them. See if you can learn something about that particular person that you're meeting with. And like I said, you always, always, always need and must follow up. So if you sent out a request for a capabilities briefing and you never heard back, well, you need to follow up. Now, you don't want to do it every day, but if it's been 3 weeks or so, send them another email. Hi, Debbie, I just wanted to make sure that you received my capability statement. I would love to set up a virtual meeting with you to review more on what my company can provide your agency. So remember, set your goals. And like I said, you do need to do research. You want to find out who that agency's, who the buyers are, who the players are for that particular agency. What products and services do they buy? So that is the key word here. You are providing products and services to an agency, so you want to make sure you know what they do and what products and services they buy. If you're selling cars and they don't buy cars, then you're wasting your time. So you want to take advantage of this opportunity and make sure you're making those right connections. When the buyers register for the matchmaking event, they list the NAICS codes that they are looking for. So be sure to check those out. Go to their procurement page or their page and find out what their current needs are. The federal government solicitations are at sam.gov, www.sam.gov. And if you're dealing with a particular agency or local agency, go to their website and look at their procurement or purchasing department website to see what their needs are. Learn what their criteria is to do business with them. A lot of times you have to have certain certifications, you have to have certain experience. So go to their website and learn about that agency and what they require and what their needs are. And then from there, you can create your plan on meeting with this particular agency and making sure that you put your best foot forward. This is a big one. You want to make sure that your online presence is consistent. Check your website, check your social media pages, check your LinkedIn page. Make sure they all say the same thing. Make sure your capability statement is a reflection of your website, of what your LinkedIn page says. I don't know how many times I've gone to look at someone's website. They're like, oh, well, that's outdated. We're not doing that anymore. Well, you either need to take down that page or update it. So you want to make sure that everything is consistent because remember, it's your branding and it's also allowing you to make a professional appearance. Make sure all the links on your website work. If you have a link to a YouTube video, make sure that YouTube video is still there. Make sure your phone and email numbers are correct because that's how they're going to communicate with you. So you want to make sure that everything that leads to you is correct. Again, make sure your LinkedIn site is correct, that your past performance, you can put that on LinkedIn. You can use keywords that would relate to the particular buyers or agencies that you're looking to do business with. And again, it's your branding. So you want to make sure that everything is consistent and tells the same story. So when you register as a supplier for the matchmaking event, you're going to be able to request appointments with the particular agencies. So be sure that you check back often because, like I said, more buyers register every day. So the matchmaking is from 1 to 5 on August 10th. The SABOC conference is in the morning. So you want to make sure that you get that appointment time that you want because slots do book up quickly. The day of the event, you want to make sure you double check your appointments and times, that you know what time you're meeting with the different agencies. And you can send the meetings to your Outlook or Google Calendar. So be sure to do that so you know you can keep track of when your meetings are. And of course, you don't want to be late. So remember, you only have 15 minutes to make a great impression. So arriving late doesn't look very good. Make sure that your microphone and computer is up to date. I know I have to do that often every morning. That's the first thing I do is make sure there's no software updates that I need because the last thing you want is for your computer to crash during an appointment. So like I said, check them out on LinkedIn and try to connect with the particular people that you're meeting with. Capability statement. So everyone that wants to do business with local, state, or federal agencies and the primes should have a capability statement. It is basically a one-page business resume highlighting what your company does. You can have several different versions that you can tailor for the different agencies. So you can have a general one that covers everything your company can do. And then if you're meeting with an agency that is focusing on IT, then maybe you focus your capability statement on all the IT projects that you have done. Again, you want to make sure that your branding is the same as your online presence. Again, branding is key. You want to make sure that your logos are correct. It's the same logo and that everything looks professional. Use keywords and terms that the agencies use. So government lingo is not the same as your lingo, so just be aware of that. You also want to list your certifications. You can list your small business certifications as well as your professional certifications. So if you have a PMP, you can list that on your capability statement as well. Highlight what makes your company stand out from the crowd. What are your strengths? What is the company an expert at? Be sure that that is loud and clear. And then you want to show why your company is a fit for a particular agency or prime. Why should those agencies do business with you? And again, I can't stress this enough, your branding and professional appearance are key. So you want to make sure everything is identical to what your online presence is and to what the company actually does. And you want to be honest in your capabilities. If you can only handle a $100,000 contract now because your company is maybe just starting out, let them know that. Don't go in expecting $1 million contract, because the last thing you want to do is fail and fail miserably and not be able to get any more contracts. So be realistic on what your company can do. And remember, government likes to deal with experts. They do not want to deal with a jack of all trades. Again, register as a vendor. Many agencies and primes have a supplier diversity or vendor portal. Be sure to register. There is not one place where you can go to register as a vendor with all the different primes and agencies. You do have to do it individually. So it does take some time. So you need to prepare for that. When you register as a vendor, most agencies will send out solicitations that they have coming out or training events like how to do business with them. So you want to be sure that you register before the event with the particular agency that you're meeting with, so you can say, hey, I am ready to do business with you. I am being proactive and I'm here to help. And again, you want to create the perfect pitch. Have your game plan together. Know what game plan A is. Have a game plan B. You want to be clear, concise, and to the point. Remember, you have 15 minutes and that's it. And we all know how fast that can go. So you want to make sure that you can come across succinctly on what your business can offer. Maybe if you have some proven results when you register as a supplier for the matchmaking event, you can upload your capability statement. You can upload testimonials with proven results if you have those. So go ahead and take advantage of the system. So that way you're allowing the person you're meeting with, that particular buyer, to look at your company before they meet with you so they can be prepared as well. And then again, you want to let the buyer know how your company can help them. Describe what your solution is to their problem. Of course, you want to listen as well. So you don't want to talk the whole 15 minutes because then your time's up. So maybe you talk for 5 minutes, let them talk, and then you can do a sort of a Q&A at the end. So remember, you need to prepare for this. So dedicate the time and attention. Make sure your cell phone is turned off, that the dog isn't going to come in your office and want to eat lunch or something. So just be sure that you're prepared. You're in a nice, quiet area, and check your background because people are going to see your background. So make sure it's tidy as well. Of course, practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect. Record yourself before the event. You'll be surprised what you can learn if you've never recorded yourself speaking before. Use flashcards with bullet points, and that can help you during the meeting so you won't miss anything that you wanted to discuss with them or tell them. Do not use slang. So you want to speak clearly and professionally. So be professional, dress professional, sound professional, and look professional. So it's all the same package. So remember, do not use slang. And again, I can't preach this enough. Listen more than you talk. I know I get nervous and I talk a lot. So keep that in check. That's why I said if you have your bullets, you talk about those bullets and then you be quiet and let them talk. And time yourself. So if you have a bunch of bullets that you want to review or get to, then how much time does that take you to discuss? So remember, you only have 15 minutes. So be prepared, practice, and make sure you're making a great first impression. Following up. This is one of the most important steps, and I can't tell you how many times I've heard, well, Sue, I've already emailed them and they didn't respond. Well, how many times did you email them? If you let your email fall to the bottom of their inbox, they've forgotten all about you. Remember, it's not on your timeline, it's on their timeline. So send them an email, make a schedule. Maybe you follow up with them every 3 to 4 weeks. You set a date every Friday morning. I'm going to follow up with the emails that I haven't heard back from. Make sure, so if you have a new certification or something that you want to let them know, then put that on your capability statement and you can use that as an excuse to follow up with them. When you are meeting with them virtually, ask how would the best way to stay in touch with them. Try to set up a meeting before you leave the virtual event. Create an action plan to nurture that relationship. How are you going to continue staying in touch with this person and letting them know that you're here? Persistence is key, so remember that. Government contracting takes time. It does not happen overnight, and you need to be persistent. On average, it takes 24 to 36 months to get your very first federal contract. So just sit back and make a game plan. Don't expect anything overnight because that rarely happens. All right, so these are the 2 links for the event on August 10th. You have the San Antonio Business Opportunity Council. This is their link, www.saboc.org. And I'm actually going to put these 2 links in the chat box so you will have them. Did that work? Oops. Okay. Well, I guess it won't let me. Let's see if I can put this one. So I'm going to put the matchmaking one in there as well. I don't know if y'all can see the links. If y'all can let me know if you can see them. Oh, now you can, I guess. However, all right, so it didn't post it correctly. Okay, so let me just go to the website. So I am going to pull up the SABOC site so you can see the agenda. So just give me a moment here. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing so I can share the new SABOC site. Oh, well, y'all should be able to see this, I believe. Can you let me know if you can see the SABOC site? All right, well, I'm assuming you can. So this is the SABOC site. If you click on events, it will bring up the matchmaking and the SABOC conference. And if you scroll down, you will have the agenda. So SABOC is from 9 to noon. At 9, you have the welcome. At 9:20, GSA is going to talk about the category management and small business opportunities that they have. SBA will be giving a COVID-19 program update. You have a panel, a federal, state, and local contracting panel at 10:45 and closing remarks at 11:55. There is a break from lunch from noon to 1, and then the matchmaking event starts. So the matchmaking event, I am pulling up the link for the matchmaking event. This basically kind of goes over. If you want to go back to SABOC, you can click here. But when you click on register, you will be signing up as a supplier. If you're a small business, you're going to sign up as a supplier. If you are a buyer, a prime, contracting officer, or a resource partner, then you would click this button. If you click supplier and then continue, it will walk you through, well, okay, I'm already in there. So it will walk you through. You will need to put in your next codes, the information about your company, and so forth. So be sure to check out those two sites. All right, I'm going to go back to the presentation. So does anyone have questions? Let's see, I think I did see a few questions. Oh. All right. Okay, so I don't know if y'all have been able to see my screen. Let's see here. No share screen, just me. Oh, yay. Okay, so let me try this again. I'm going to stop share. Now I'm going to share. Sabak is big business. Okay, so give me a second here. All right, so this should be the Sabak, the matchmaking event. So you should be able to see the matchmaking event. When you log in, this is the home page. If you scroll down, you'll see that about the information on the Sabak conference, and then you can click register. And like I said, if you're a supplier, you would register here. If you're a buyer, you would click here. And the system will walk you through. If you're a supplier registering, remember, once you register, then you can start requesting meetings with the different agencies. So now I'm going to go back to see if I can share the Sabak page. All right, so, nope, wrong one. Right, let me just close this. All right, guys, hang on one second here. All right. So, okay, good. So this is the Sabak page. When you first go to their site, it's going to pull up the home page. If you click on events, it will pull up information on the conference. Again, the conference is from 9 to noon, and the matchmaking is from 1 to 5. And there are 2 different links to register, so just be aware of that. If you scroll down, you'll see the agenda for the Sabak event, which is from 9 to noon. You have the welcome. GSA is going to talk about category management and small business opportunities. SBA will review the COVID-19 program updates. You do have a contracting panel with local, state, and federal folks at 10:45, and then the event ends at noon. And then, like I said, the matchmaking starts from 1 to 5. So just be sure to check out these events, as it is going to be a great opportunity for you to market your business. So let me go back to the presentation. Bear with me here. Whoops. Share, so I have to stop sharing. All righty, guys. Okay. Let's see. I think there were some questions, so let me go back to the portal. Okay, so let's see here. Question, speaking of how to approach certain agencies or companies, are there different approaches depending on if they are from a larger cities or with smaller towns? Sort of an old farmer. Well, yes and no. So, but you want to come across, you want to be professional in your approach with these different agencies and primes. So, you can kind of get a better feel how to approach them once you, reach out to them. I'm not a formal person, so you can just call me Sue. You don't have to call me Miss Monroe, but maybe you start off super formal and then you get a taste for how they like to do business. Let's see, is there anything else? Okay. If there's no other questions, or you can feel free to post your questions in the chat. But be sure you can go to our website as well. And I will put that in the chat so you can see all the other trainings that we have coming up, and the other matchmaking of our how to prepare for a matchmaking event that's coming up as well. So give me a moment here and I will post the link to our training website so you can see not only our upcoming trainings, but we also have on-demand and webinars as well. So I just put that in the chat. I'm also going to put my email. So if you have any questions or would like to set up or schedule a meeting, I'd be happy to do that. So again, if you think of anything else, you can post it in the chat. We have a few minutes left. Thank you, Jason. So again, my name is Susanna Monroe, and I appreciate you attending today. If you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to me, as I'd be happy to help. Thank you and have a wonderful rest of the conference.